Hey sports fans, welcome to the full show. Just doing a little recap of Michigan's 84-65 win over Ball State. I think the one thing I want to take away from this game is that Michigan was more aggressive. Pretty much every foul they got was being aggressive. Aggressive offensive fouls, trying to be in good position defensively. They got a lot of fouls for having hands kind of all over the Ball State people, and a lot of them were like not their fouls. Like we hit the ball and we got called for fouls and such. But it was just a different demeanor from the team versus what we saw versus Oakland. And I think your prime example of aggressiveness was Franz Wagner. Right out the bat, he had 7 points and was responsible for 9 points in the first like 2 minutes or 3 minutes of the game. He just came out and was a different player. Now he finished with 14 points, I think it was for the game. So I mean, it didn't translate for the whole game, but that just set the tone. And I was really happy to see that out of Wagner because he had had two slow games to start the season off, and it was nice to see him assertive and aggressive like that, and that was a good sign. Again, Michigan's led by senior Isaiah Livers, 21 points again tonight. He was just hitting those mid-range jumpers so well, and then even a little bit there to get the 21, I think it was. He did that fade away from the low post. Just beautiful. I mean, when you have the height advantage like Michigan had over Ball State, you can get those shots. So that's really nice to see him for a second straight game, 20 points. We had three starters in the double digits. Wagner, Livers, and Mike Smith chipped in, 5 of 8 shooting for 10 points. So that was really good out of your starters. And then off the bench, Hunter Dickenson, 12 points. He had his first double-double, 11 rebounds, I think it was. 12 points, just great. And Shawnee Brown, he followed up his less great game versus Oakland with 9 points off the bench. He was a really aggressive man, and he got no love from the refs. Every time he did something, the refs were calling him for fouls. He got called for an offensive foul. Right before that, he got called for a block, which was really a charge. It's like the refs just did not like Shawnee Brown for whatever reason. Oh well. It is what it is, but I like it aggressive play, and that's what you like to see. I was still a little discouraged. Michigan had 13 turnovers. Obviously, they had 20 versus Oakland, but hey, 7 less is 7 less, so that's great that way. They had a really good ball movement. One stat which I was sad to see stopped was the first 2 games they had 20-plus assists in each game. Tonight they only had, I think it was in the 13 range. No, they had 13 turnovers. 12 assists. They had 12 assists on their 33 made field goals. So I was really hoping they would keep closer to 20, but it is what it is. You had a little bit more one-on-one basketball versus Ball State, a veteran team like that who could really rotate their defense. They really communicated well. They did a good job. Obviously, Michigan was up by like 20 points in the first half, and Ball State went on a nice little 8-0 run. I think they finished the half on a 19-6 run, cut the lead down to 7 at half. But Michigan had a nice little run of their own, an 11-0 run midway through the second half, and that put Michigan up by 20-some points again, and Michigan coasted from there for the 19-point victory. It was nice to see some of the bench players come in and get some action, so that's nice that way too. That really fires up the bench when you see those players get shots up, get rebounds, and even score a few points. So, it is just the beginning of the season, so you can't really take too much out of these early season games. Just looking forward to seeing some Big Ten action, but that's still a couple weeks away. Try to get the rotation down, try to get the situational basketball in. Hopefully Michigan can figure out the zone a little bit better, because if I'm a zone team, I'm licking my chops at Michigan. Michigan's got to get better against the zone, but they got time to practice that. The next game's Sunday versus Central Florida. So we'll see how that goes. So just overall, happy with the win. A nice win, comfortable win, especially after the Oakland overtime win. So good. The team's looking good. Dickinson's looking good. Livers is looking good. Wagner is looking better this game, so that's encouraging. Smith is looking good. He's really the one that's stirring the cup of Michigan's offense right now. So that's really good for that too. So overall, no complaints. Just a good win. Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any thoughts about this game, please put them in the comments below. I'll try to respond as I can. As always, I'll catch you next time, and Go Blue!